Hey, it's me. What is this hand doing? I got a new pink background. What do you think? On the other hand, my fingernails are not looking so hot. They're looking very stubby, but you don't care about that. Okay, the plan for today is to do some painting. This is my shelf that I got from Ikea. It's called the Calyx. Yeah, I have 2 of these in my art room, and they're just those standard cube shelves. Inside, I have these cloth bin thingies. They're very handy for storage.
Don't worry, I'm a friendly doll.
Unless you cross me.
They are quite roomy inside, as I'm demonstrating here, but that's irrelevant. So even though these are just bursting with personality, I think I'm gonna try to give them a little more, because I'm not really feeling these. Well, you don't have to throw things. To paint these, I'm gonna be using some matte fabric paint. I also needed a little extra white, because this little dork couldn't get the job done.
You're too short, loser.
And here are my paint containers. No idea what I was thinking when I was doing that. I'm gonna fill each of them most of the way up with white and then add each color to top them off. Ooh, dang it. Oh my gosh. Let's just finish that up without further catastrophe. A snake? Okay, so now I'm mixing and mixing. I'm mixing. There they are. That's my lovely color scheme. Now I'm gonna prep my box. They fold right up just like an accordion, and bam, they're just like little canvases. I have a very
messy
plan here for the designs, so yep, let's do it.
It's about time.
I'm starting by sketching out the design with a pencil, crack open some baby yellow paint. So one thing I learned quickly is that these little boxes are very absorbent and they really soak up a lot of paint fast. Just like that, and the whole container of paint killed. Empty. You were thirsty, weren't ya? So I cooked up some more paint and here we go again. Painting that yellow. For some reason I'm looking more at the paint container. That's the interesting part of this content. This is the true star. Here comes a friend. So in case you can't tell, this first design is just dripping with style. So I'm doing this dripping kind of look with rainbow colors, and I'm getting all types of blendy with it, which is going pretty well. Everyone is getting along until the problem child arrives. I always have some trouble blending green and yellow. They're like a couple that just can't stop arguing.
Move over.
You move over.
So it always takes a little more fiddling to get those two to merge together nicely. One thing I noticed is that once the paint dried, the color in general looked a little splotchy.
It's a skin condition.
I wasn't sure if I didn't mix the paint well enough or like what was going on, so I went over the whole thing again with a second coat off camera because I'm not trying to make you watch that all over again. You're welcome. But it still had that same kind of splotch look. That's just how it's gonna be. I guess it's fine. We're dealing with it. I'm adding an outline around the drips, which they desperately needed, and they're at it again. Why can't y'all just get along? But let's just try to ignore that little area and move along. Traveling along. Now I'm adding some little highlights to make the drips look wet.
I don't know why I always feel the need to say wet like that.
You don't want dry looking drips because then that just looks like a mess that never got cleaned up. But wet drips, that's cool. That's action. That's movement. That's final touch, I'm adding some little hearts because I can and I want to. Ew, is that my eyebrow? Ew. Oh. Honestly, I don't know what my thing with drips is. What kind of substance is this and why is it dripping? I guess I just think that drips look cool. Okay, and there it is, member number 1, done. But I'm just getting started. So let's just keep going. Starting with pink this time. A little goes a long way. No, a lot goes a little way. Painting a very large area takes a very long time. Maybe it's time to get a bigger paintbrush. I don't know, just a thought. No, I'm just gonna continue with this one. Little by little, and I'm out of paint. What the heck? Refill and continue. That's a lot of pink. Yeah. So this box is going to be dedicated to my love of sprinkles. So I know it's great to branch out and try different things and blah, blah, blah. But today is not the day for that. These boxes are going to be a significant part of my decor in my art room. So I actually really want them to be things that really represent my style and what I really like to do regularly. Since this is the sprinkle box. Alright, cool. I actually kind of like the look of this just as it is, but I do want all the boxes to go together, and the last one I did a dark outline, so I decided to do little dark outlines on each sprinkle, also to give the sprinkles a little more dimension, and it did really help them to pop a lot more, which is good. Creating very smooth, even lines is very difficult on these because there's so much texture. If you're looking for a super crisp line,
Look somewhere else.
I'm adding some little polka dots to kind of fill in the rest of the space and give it a little more detail. They kind of look like candies more than sprinkles, but you know, that's honestly fine too, nothing wrong with that. So there's member number 2. Don't worry, I will show you how they all look together, but it's not the time for that yet. It is the time for box number 3.
Woohoo!
This one starts with a big triangle, so I printed out this play button, and I'm just gonna snip, 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 just cut that out, and I'm tracing around it, and I'm gonna take some masking tape and marking off the whole play button so that I don't get any paint in that area for now. And oh, okay, I'm starting over here in the corner.
What have you done?
And look at this, another blended rainbow. It's diagonal, okay?
It's different this time.
I will say the blending was actually pretty nice on this, even the problem couple. I think when it comes to painting, the smoother the surface, the more difficult it is to blend. I think that's right. But this has a lot of texture, so the blending comes a little bit more easily. Yeah, it did look better when it was wet. Now I'm gonna take my circle template, and wouldn't you know it, I'm gonna make some circles. Originally, this was just gonna be rainbow background with a big play button in the center, but once I saw it, I thought that that was way too basic and plain compared to the other ones. Also, I did want to tie in those darker colors, and if the giant play button in the center didn't already tip you off, this box is my little tribute to YouTube itself, because you know, that's what I'm doing here, and it's something that's important to me. So here I go cleaning up these little circles. I think it's time for you to clean the dotting tool as well, wouldn't you say? But yeah, circle, 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 circle. Whenever I don't know what to say, I just repeat whatever I'm looking at.
The circle of life.
Now I'm gonna finally remove the tape.
A bug!
Disgusting. I am gonna go over it with white paint to get a very nice, strong white. I added some little white triangles.
I'm just making it up as I go.
It really helped to kind of like balance the whole design out a little bit. Finally, just cleaning up the edges, and it's finished. I'm actually a lot happier with this one than I thought I was gonna be. I liked it more and more the more I added to it. I think it actually came together. Okay, and it's time for the last box. Here we go again. I'm starting with a light purple for this one. Can I get a refill over here? There you go. Enjoy. I've actually never seen anybody customize these fabric organizers like this before, but it's something that's super doable, especially if you already have one of those cube shelves. I'll be sure to link these specific fabric bins in the description if you want to check them out, although make sure that they are the right size for your shelf. Don't be an idiot and assume and then end up with the wrong size. So I'm going to start working in my design. Here come the colors. Thank you for that inspiring performance. Okay, so now I'm just kind of blocking in the color very messily, just trying to get a feel for where everyone's gonna be. This background color is a little too strong, so I'm gonna go over that with an even lighter purple. I really want my rainbow to stand out. Gotta paint up under that handle also, just, you know, really get in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the colors a little bit more, and I'm doing stripes of color this time instead of blending them into each other. I know. I'm just wild and unpredictable. The handle on this one in particular was very wrinkly, which I probably sealed it that way forever by painting over it. Okay, coat number 3, let's go. For some reason, I'm only showing the top of the rainbow here, but the bottom half was actually getting a big makeover off camera. Haha! You see, things have changed. And to bring in the dark colors, I'm gonna add some little outlines just to the outer edges, and then I'm adding some stars to the empty areas. I'll probably play Twinkle, Twinkle Little Star because I can. And let me be the first to admit, I actually stole this design from myself. I'll be hearing from my lawyer about this. It's a lot like how I decorated the cover of my Create This Book 2. Okay, wait, fix that little mistake. And here is the last box, the final missing piece. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I'm sorry.
So we went from this boring and basic to this. From this bland and white to this.
Yes!
I am actually so excited about having these in my art room. I think that they make the room look so much brighter. I'm so happy with how different and unique each one is, but how they still work together enough. And yeah, I've already shoved them full of crap. That was fast. Also, there's 4 more. Really have no idea when or how I'm going to decorate those. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye!